What's up, guys? I'm back with another video, and today I'm at the end of Arizona 88, and today I'm filming with
That One Channel in AZ.
And today we are checking out his 981 Boxster. Let's take a look. Alright, tell these people who you are and what you do.
My name is Tristan, and I have a YouTube channel called That One Channel in AZ, and I shoot abandoned cars and as well as old buildings and things like that. If you want to check out my channel and you like old stuff, definitely check in.
Clearly, you're into cars. What would you say the favorite car that you've ever found abandoned is?
I would say a late 30s Chrysler Airflow, which is worth that. It's very, very a valuable car. It's probably worth about $30,000-$40,000, and it's way down in the bottom of this canyon in Morenci, Arizona.
Yeah, I remember the day we went there. That was a far drive.
That was a cool.
Morenci takes about 4 hours to get to. It's not fun, but when you're in a car like this, it makes it all worth it. So tell me more about this car. What made you fall in love with Porsche?
So what made it Porsche is I grew up building and restoring cars with my father, and we always were into classic cars and things like that. And early on as a child, I was always into the Porsche 914s, and those were kind of like the Volkswagen / Porsche era. And I always loved those cars. They were really good cars, and as I progressively got older and got a little more successful, I kind of seen that I had more opportunities to get into something like this, and I finally got into a much more successful era, and I picked this up.
Tell them about the scratcher ticket. Tell them about that story.
Oh, so the scratch ticket. So I needed $1,000 more for the down payment to get it to the correct payment that I wanted, and I was sitting at work, and the girl upstairs said, "Hey, you should go buy a scratch ticket. Maybe you'll win the $1,000." And I was like, "No, that's a bad idea. To invest money into something that's not going to pay back." So I ended up going next door and getting her and I a soda, and I bought a $5 scratch ticket, and I won $10. So I won the $10, and so I decided to buy a $10 scratch ticket. And right after I bought the $10 scratch ticket, I won $1,000.
Lucky, I wish. This guy always wins scratcher tickets. I haven't won in months, and every time he texts me, I put $5 in and I won $50. It's ridiculous. So a two-door coupe convertible is not the most practical car that you could drive, but it's my understanding that this is pretty on par for your choice in vehicles. What other cars have you had?
I've had a Honda Del Sol that was built in 2006,
okay,
and it was featured in Import Tuner magazine. It had air ride Lamborghini doors. It had like everything, and it had a satin paint job in 2008, which I caught a lot of crap for. And then literally 2 years later became like the trend. I also had a Fiat 500 Abarth that had a gloss flip psychedelic wrap. Fast, very fast. It had every engine modification you could have done that they do in Europe. I brought all the parts here. And then
that car of his is my personal favorite that he's ever owned as well. You know I love my Abarths.
And then I got this. I ended up getting this when the prices came down to around 50 grand. And it took me quite a while to find this car because they only made 224 of them in this color. And I had a chrome-wrapped Smart 4.2 Brabus Cabrio. They only made 30 silver ones in the United States, but I had it chrome-wrapped. And it was literally the most famous car on the entire planet for several days. It was shared by Justin Bieber, Ellie Goulding, Katy Perry, The Weeknd, all sorts of stuff, and it was an incredible car to have. Probably one of my most favorite unique cars I ever had that was built by myself. But this is what we're here to talk about. Okay guys, so here's my 2015 Porsche Boxster. It is sapphire blue metallic. They only made 224 of this car, and this is a very rare car indeed, especially for this generation. This was originally a $9,800 option, but then when they transitioned it off of the high-end cars, they made it down to a much lower price. But I looked for this car for a while. I was actually looking for almost a year, and I finally found one. Right as I was getting on the airplane, I got an email stating that this car is for sale. There was one in Texas, and there was one in Atlanta and Florida, and guess what? It was in Mesa, of all places. I called them, sent over a deposit, and I got on the airplane within 1 minute. So the first thing that I did, when I got back from Seattle, I got off the plane. I had purchased the car while I was in Seattle, sight unseen. My friend told me if I didn't buy this, because I had him do a check on it, that he was going to buy it for himself. So I immediately had to buy the car. While I was in Seattle, I already started modifying it and buying car parts. First thing I did when I got home, I already modified it with some OLED smoke lights within 30 minutes after I owned the car. So let's talk about the mods that I did. This has a quite an eccentric list of modifications that I did. So the first thing I did is I put a Porsche stripe down the hood, and then I modified it to come around here. I put a full Tech Art front lip on here as well. Then I came through and I modified the headlights with the upper and lower LEDs, like the newer 718s. I came through and then did the neon yellow brake calipers, like the GT3 RS, the ceramic ones, which pop incredibly on the the black wheels. I put a Tech Art side diffuser with the carbon fiber vents, which really accentuate the side. This is also a very special option in this car with the MSO, is the blue roll bars. That is a special option that you have done through Porsche operations, which is pretty cool. It has a full GT4 cup kit, which mimics the GT4, but it's a little better working than the GT4, but it works on the Spider. It's a much better. It works incredible. Put some GTS taillights, a GT4 Spider carbon fiber spoiler on the back, which actually is functional, which is very nice. It's not just an add-on. A GT4 diffuser, a full sole titanium exhaust, which gives it that really high pitch, beautiful sound that you want to hear from the Porsche Boxster. And the great thing is, when you have the roof down, it just accentuates through your ears as you're driving. It's a great car. I would advise anybody to get one of these if you want one. If you're looking for an incredible car around 40 grand, and I'm telling you, good reliability, no problems, this is the car that you need. Okay guys, so here we are, and in the interior, it's definitely a wonderful place to be, I'll tell you. I've driven 8,800 miles in 2.5 months in this car on a road trip, had no problems. But let's talk about the interior. So what you may notice is it has a very blue interior right here, across here, and here. That's Porsche, part of the Porsche special operations where you can order from the factory. What's crazy is this is $1,800 for that, and it's just a little piece of painting. I did accentuate the interior a little bit myself. I put the carbon fiber blades on the doors. I did the carbon through here, all through here to accentuate, because it's just a little bland when you have some satin black here, and it really brings it together. I did the rings around here as well as the silver pieces up here. And as usual, with every good Porsche ownership, you need to have yourself a good radar detector. Now, let's get driving and let's hear that wonderful exhaust sound. Okay guys, here we go. Guys, this has a sole titanium exhaust with an updated IPD Plenium, and I also as well updated the intakes to a much wider intake, as well as some K&N intakes, and that's why you hear that nice high tone. By the way guys, this car drives like it's on rails. It is an incredible driving car. I would advise everybody to get one of these if you can. Okay guys, that's the sole titanium exhaust. I ended up getting the back piece for $600 and the rest of it for a little over $1,000. And hopefully you like it. It's an incredible exhaust, one of the best exhausts that I was able to find for this car, and I hope you like it.
Thank you guys for watching another Jack is Driving video. I am going to try to make these interviews a recurring series and hopefully get better and better as I go along the way, but I really appreciate you guys checking out this video today. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more content, and feel free to check out his channel over here. Remind them what it is.
That one channel in AZ, I film car content, old cars that are abandoned and things like that and such, and I appreciate if you take a look and subscribe as well. Got lots of good content coming up. Now let's take a nice view of this driving in some car clips. Thanks guys.